And I'm back again, just with a little bit more of an update on one of my other circuits. And one of the things that I'm always trying to find ways to better and make improvements on is the good old faithful winch controller. Now this is the version 2 of my winch, and this is going to be the last version of this. I just added a few extra features, and it doesn't want to focus there. But there will be a version 3 coming out, but that's going to use a bigger chip count main microcontroller there, and a few very unique and wonderful features added to that to hopefully wow and amaze people. I've had nothing but success with this in the small handfuls and batches I've made and sold of this, quite a few to the US, some up here in Canada and some across to Europe. So I found a few things that I can improve upon and change and add to what it currently has to offer to hopefully make it more suitable and desirable by people. So I'll just get this hooked up and then we'll just run through the changes that have been done to this. Okay, so we've got everything hooked up and we're back and ready to go. So those of you that have seen a lot of my videos before in the past, you've seen some of the circuits I've made, and one of the things that I try and incorporate into everything is compatibility no matter what, regardless of what channel type you're using or if you don't have a spare channel. And in the process of updating the few extra things on this controller, I've changed over to a new compiler for the microcontroller language and a different variation of a language that I was using, and I almost had to lose half of the key features that I initially put in all my circuits, just because it was just so much more awkward to try and get things done. However, perseverance and just pushing on with it and learning something new, I was able to make the new code function exactly the same as the original with no discernible notice to the end user, with the exception of the fail-safes. It shuts everything off and goes into fail-safe mode a lot quicker as soon as you lose your signal. If I run the winch in any of its operation modes and turn the radio off before the screen has even got halfway through the shutdown procedure, the winch has stopped what it's doing, fail-safe, put the brakes on. So there are a few extra benefits and speed increases of using the different language, and also cost saving for buying the chips in future. I'm still stuck with the microchip picks at the moment. There's something I have a fondness for, and I know there are the AVR and Arduino fanboys out there, but yeah, for me I'll stick with the microchip picks. But anyway, onwards ho. So for the moment we're just going to use it with the push button just to show that the additional features can be done regardless of 3-position, 2-position, aux channel, or just using a button if you don't have a spare channel. So well, first thing first, a variable speed. Now this was quite challenging to do because most people with their 3 or 4 channel radios and their spare channels there, they don't have a linear or rotary channel available on most radios. It's normally just a simple 3-position switch, upper position, middle and lower. However, after a lot of messing around with code, I was actually able to get a variable speed and also transfer that across to the button functions. Variable speed for the button function operates in the same way that 2P does. In the case of a push and hold, will increase the output speed or input speed until you release the button, and push and hold again will decrease it until you stop the winch. And so it's pretty straightforward. But just here, just the push button itself. So it's just so that's just the simple alternating in and out for the button. It operates the same way in 2-position mode, so how everything operates via the button is what it will work on the radio. So now if we push and hold the button, I'll just get some closer so we can hear it. So and if I've released the button, if I push the button again, I'll slow down. And it's going to alternate between speed up or slow down every time you push it. So push and hold again. then stop. And again the same for winch in, push and hold, and it will increment the speed until I release the button. Release the button, and then push and hold again, and it will decrease until I release. So the speed is infinitely adjustable, just done from a single push button there on the fly lead. Again, 2-position mode on the radio works exactly the same way. So what I'll do now is I'll just power this down, because the controller itself gets its power from the battery, and for the moment I just tap off my winch power here off my little pigtail that is just coming off up here. That's the BEC, and while we're on the subject of that, another little circuit there, quite functional, quite useful, serves a meaningful purpose, not just a splitter for the BEC and the receiver and servo. And the reason for that is because I still use my power switch, and sometimes when we're out, if I just want to turn my rig off to go and take a few pictures and turn my radio off without having to disconnect the battery, just leave it like that for 10 minutes or so, this serves a pretty good purpose, but we'll just leave that for you to work out for now. See there, it's a very functional, useful purpose, but we'll go into that another time. So I'll just pause the video here and just reconnect the controller up to my aux channel, and we'll show you it there. Okay, so now we're back and set up. The controller's been reset with the power removed and reapplied, and radio's on, using aux 2, because that's my winch control, in 3-position mode. Now, as previously with the winch control in the old firmware, push and release of the aux channel from center to high or low and back to center will winch out full speed or winch in full speed. However, if you push and hold in the out direction, it will start increasing the speed until the switch comes back to center. And then if I pull the switch in the down position, you can hear there it is creeping out very slowly. So hopefully you can see that there it's going very, very slowly. And that is using a standard 3-position channel to control a variable speed, so no linear channel needed or rotary channel, just a standard 2-position or 3-position button will give variable speed with this. And as I said, if I just go to the down position and back to center, it will winch in full speed. So that's full speed in, and if we stop, and let's just variable winch that in. So as with winching out, if I pull the switch to the winch in position or the down position from center, and until I release it back to center, it will gradually increase the speed. And at any point during a winch in, winch out on the variable, you can increase or decrease, depending on what you need. So, and here we go. And just stop that there, left it nice and slow, but we can slow it down a bit more if we want. You see that going there, a very small crawl. Or speed it up. So, yeah, the variable speed is, and the obviously the ramped up start in there as well. Had to mess around with this chip, playing with the registers for the alternate pin functions and PWM steering to get my PWM output on the pins I was using from the old system to the new system, to try not to have to change the board design. But these will probably be the last firmware things I do for the code running on this winch controller. I'm going to start working on version 3. I've already narrowed down the components I need for the additional features on that, so the next step is breadboard testing, fine-tuning and tweaking the code. Thankfully there shouldn't be too much variations needed for the code on the new system. It's just the addition of a few things and maybe some tidying up. But apart from that, I really haven't been doing too much lately, unfortunately. As I said before, it's just learning a different style of the same language, a new compiler, but the benefits are speed gains out of the chip itself for processing everything, and so in the long run it's beneficial. But for the time being, that's it. Hopefully it won't be too long before I get this version 3 winch up and running, just proof of concept to show. But until then, I'm not going to give him any information out about what I plan to do with that. I don't want to spoil the surprise, but there are 2 or 3 things that are going to be added. So thanks for watching, guys. Thanks to my subscribers who obviously find my stuff useful and interesting. I'm glad some people do. And hopefully I won't keep you waiting too long before I get this new design up and done and coded and tested, just to show you what's in store. So it's about 2:30 in the morning, and it's time for me to go to bed. So thank you very much, guys and gals, and good night.